Hey guys, Mel here from The Wild Floret, and as you might have heard, I am going to be coming to you each Friday with some of my flower tricks and tips. And I am really excited to share some of the information with you. I get friends and family and even customers asking me a lot of questions about flowers, so I thought, why not come to you each week via video with some of my favorite things that I use and utilize to make my arrangements and make my flowers beautiful. So the topic this week is creating a stunning centerpiece arrangement from a grocery store bouquet. I have actually done a blog post on this as well, which the link is below. The videos are going to be pretty quick, so if you want more details on this, you can always check out the blog post. I've gone into a little bit more detail there. But just to start, I wanted to show what one of my biggest pet peeves is when it comes to grocery store bouquets, is when you go to your friend's house and they have literally just plopped the flowers from the paper from the store into a jar. You do not have to do this, and there's a simple ways that you can turn this arrangement into something very beautiful. It just takes a little time and a little creativity, and that's what I'm going to go over with you now. So you take your, these are from Trader Joe's actually. These are like the $3.99 bouquets, so you can get a couple of these. Even some variety if you want two different styles, lots of color. That's a great way to choose the flowers. But once you have your flowers, you're gonna set them here, and we're gonna prep the flowers. So prepping the flowers is basically just cleaning off any dead leaves, anything that we don't need that's at the bottom. You don't really want leaves in the water. That'll make your water spoil faster and mold, which will make your flowers mold. And then as I'm doing this, I'm actually going to be putting my flowers in, grouping them with their buddies. So that way I know when I get to arranging what I'm working with and kind of what blooms I have, how many things I have to create with, and things like that. And then as I go through, I might also find, especially with roses, that some of these outer leaves aren't so great. Roses are actually very sturdy flowers, so you can simply rip off the leaves that are not in good condition and toss them, and the rose will be fine. And you can even run your fingers through the petals here and kind of make the rose a little bit more full, so it gives it a nice look. Okay, so I've prepped my flowers and I'm ready to go. The first step is going to be starting with the greenery. So put my jar here so y'all can see it. And I've just used a simple mason jar. These are really great. They're inexpensive and they're really kind of trendy right now. So this is a great vessel option if you don't have anything else, like a nice vase lying around. So I'm gonna start with my greenery, and this is Silver Dollar Eucalyptus. So I start with the green so that can kind of make a base for all the other flowers to sit on. And what I'm gonna do is kind of measure where I want my greenery to be sticking out. I don't know if you can see that. And then what I'm gonna do is just clip the excess so that when I put it into the jar, it's gonna sit where I want it to. And you're just gonna kind of build the greenery in around the base. I would also consider this greenery in this case, so you can kind of build this in as well, just clipping the ends where you want it to sit. And again, you're just kind of measuring like where you want it to be coming out, and then you clip the rest. Okay. And then after you have a good base with your greenery, then you're going to start with your blooms. In this case, your main blooms are going to be your roses. So these are like the focal point of your centerpiece. And these you're going to want to kind of set on top of the greenery and then also kind of pair together so it gives it nice dimension and shape. So I'm just going to do the same thing with measuring where I want my flowers to sit in the arrangement, and then I'll clip and put them in. And again, I'm gonna kind of put some roses together here just to give this some dimension so that it's a nice arrangement. Also, you don't want to forget about the back of your arrangement. A lot of times people neglect the back, and you don't want to do so because in a centerpiece, it's at a table and people are going to be seeing it from all directions. So you want to make sure to keep that in mind. So I've kind of doubled some of my roses together, and then I'm going to work with what I call the filler flowers next. So this is going to be flowers that are going to kind of fill in the gaps or the holes where the main blooms don't take up or the greenery doesn't fill. So again, I'll do the same thing. I'll just kind of set this on the outside of my arrangement where I want it to kind of come out, and then put that in. like that. And then you can kind of see from all angles. And then the last step is going to be adding some dimension with these little billy balls. So these are great where you can just add them in sporadically to give the arrangement more dimension. Again, you can always cut them to where you want them to fit and be, but it's just going to kind of be a little fun add-on. And sometimes I'll even put some like high up, so you know your arrangement has a lot of fun things going on. So you can see that with just a simple few steps and a little bit of time and creativity, you can create a beautiful arrangement just like this. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.